Hi, I'm Wayne from TC Electronics and Marine. That would be sterndrive.info. And what I'm trying to do is to get a few less phone calls from people, so I'm doing this video just kind of show them the difference between the high and the low profile and the different parts. So this is a high profile unit that we have here. That's it. The high and the low profile, they both use the same top. The only difference is just the height difference. This is a low profile here. Just going to put a tape on it here. From the base to the top is about 11. Let's see that 11 3/4 inches, and over here from the base, not to the very top, from the top of the exhaust housing is 15.5 inches. So 12 versus 15 on the exhaust housing. The fittings for it, okay, this is a 10 bolt pattern, and they both these units are going to fit a 10 bolt pattern. This is the low profile on here, and by 10 bolt pattern I mean this pattern here, 1 2 3, you'll see 4 and 5 asides, gives you a total of 10. And this is the low profile exhaust housing. Okay, and I'm going to take this off. Okay, so the lower unit, as long as it's 10 for the bolt count here, okay, 5 on each side, it's a 10 bolt pattern, okay, and as long as it's 10, the low profile or the high profile, I'm just going to put this on here. Okay, this is the high profile on the same lower unit. Same thing, it's got a 10 bolt pattern on it. The only thing I noticed is that on the swivel housing, that the high profile has hits on this, and you might want to remove this and just put a set screw in there so it's not so high. It's not two are not required. One is not required. I usually fill it with grease ahead of time before I put the assembly even together, and the boat just doesn't turn that often to the point where you need to re-grease this. Usually once this is filled with grease, it's good for 10 or 15 years, so no need to re-grease. Okay, next we go on to the housings themselves, the upper OMC upper gear case. This is a high profile upper gear case. As you can see, from the base to the top here, it's about 1 3/4 inches. Okay. And on this one here, the low profile unit, it's around 3 inches. So if you're not sure which profile you're looking for. If you're trying to replace the case or order a case, low profile is about 3 inches down. High profile is about 1 3/4 inches. Next would be the just gonna sit on a seat here. Okay, the next one would be the, you can see it's about the housing itself. It's around 8 inches for the high profile. The water pump shaft beside it is about 8 inches. And the dry shaft, pinion dry shaft, is about 6.5. These are all high profile. Right beside it is the low profile. Okay, so that's the high, that's the low. This one's roughly about 4 3/4. That's about 5 1/4 for the water pump shaft, 5 1/2, and roughly 4 1/2 inches for the dry shaft. Okay, and this is a low profile you're would be ordering parts for. Primarily, most of the middle of 1971 to 77 is, for the most part, is low profile usually. There's the odd one that's changed where the guy has put an older style transmission on a newer boat, but not very often. And these ones here are from 1967 to the middle of 71. Some 72s I see high profiles on as well. Usually they were all gone by 73 for sure at the latest. Okay, and that's pretty much the only difference in parts. Most of the other parts, like seal kit, steering, water pump bolts would be the only difference. You know, one's 3 inches and the other's about 6 inches long. But most of the steering would be similar. Again, the steering on the high profile, in this particular case, this one has got a plug in it, so there is no steering. And some of them have steering, such as this one here. So, you know, the steering will work with all of them. Most of the electric shifts have right-hand steering in them. Okay, so once again, that's high profile, and that's a low profile unit there. Thanks for watching. Any other questions, just contact our order desk and ask for tech service.